What's up, guys? I'm back. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Y'all see the topic, man. AEW is dying a very slow death, man, and this is not like a knock at AEW. Like I really feel like AEW should be more relevant so we can still have competitiveness, within the wrestling world. Cause right now it's just WWE and AEW, and WWE is already outmatching AEW even in the lowest forms of what it's been doing, because WWE is definitely in its lowest points like ever, but AEW is not bouncing forward or capitalizing off them being very low themselves. And it's just sad because it really is like stale. There's like no growth. Collision just recently got one of his worst ratings of the year. Collision is pretty much dying a slow death, just like Rampage, just like how Rampage started off kind of strong, and then eventually over time, it just slowly but surely just became the last thought in people's minds on a Friday night. And Collision is starting to be the same way. I noticed that AEW has been putting a little bit more effort into Collision, because it was definitely a point in time Collision felt more like Rampage. Like it does feel like a different kind of show or more put into it, but at the same time, it's not really enough to make people have an interest. And then you have it on a Saturday, which honestly I don't think is a good day for Collision to be on. Cause then you got to compete with every WWE pay per view, and Saturday just isn't a good day. A lot of people use their weekends as time off from work or time to go out and enjoy themselves and stuff. Saturday is not really a good day. Honestly, I think it would be better if it was on a Sunday than a Saturday, but I think that's a big problem as well. Um, Dynamite hasn't seen a million and who knows how long. Every week it's almost the same ratings, pretty much with slight dips or increases, and it'll be all slight. It seems like it's more on a downward trend than an upward trend. Dynamite can barely even make 500K, 600K. It's getting really bad. It's getting really bad, man. It really is kind of dying out slow. And what's hurting AEW is the most is they're not doing anything to try to stand apart. Like I feel like yeah, they have different stars. Yeah, it feels like a different company, but they're not really doing much to really stand out to give people an interest to want to choose them over WWE. And again, I wish they would. They had their moments where it seemed that way, but definitely as of lately it just seems really boring and really stale in the matches. It's like very predictable or just boring matches that nobody really cares about. The little feuds that they have don't really get nowhere or just aren't really getting pushed as strongly, like, or not. It's just like it's kind of like WWE. Like AEW to me is just like a lower version of WWE. Like AEW does the same thing almost when it comes to their booking. Just predictable matches. Repetitive things. Only certain people being in certain title frames. Only certain people winning and losing. And if somebody else does win, it'll be a match that doesn't really mean anything. I mean, look at the women's division in AEW. Look at the women's division. People want to say this division is great. This division sucks. It's literally only like a small handful of women that actually get pushed, and then everybody else just gets jobbed out and lose all the time. The women's division sucks. It sucks. It really does. Your biggest feud, which is Mariah May, Tony Storm, that's her biggest feud, and that's been going on for almost a year without no much change. It's like you tried. That's why I felt like they tried to change Tony, because they know they kind of been doing the same thing over and over, and then you see she just went right back to the same old timeless Tony Storm. And this Mariah May had one of the most boringest title runs ever with no real competition, just beating everyone left and right with no real competition. Now Tony's back, but it's just the same go around, get around as it was months and months and months ago. And where's the other pushes? A lot of these female stars, they do get used on a decent amount of bases, but they never really win. I mean, look how Harley Cameron just got her first win. Her first one. Mercedes, I love Mercedes, but let's be honest, she's just beating up a whole bunch of people really that she kind of gonna win, or just mainly having a lot of pointless matches with no real builds. The Harley Cameron stuff was interesting. I felt like her best opponent was Chris Stanlander. But then, it's just been so much other filler little opponents that are not going to win or even really compete. And the men, it's like we really need a better world champion because Moxley being a champion is just the most boring stuff in the world. This Death Riders group, the Death Riders, is literally like the boringest group of all time. Like they're not even interesting. It's like the only person that kind of is interesting in the group is Moxley, and he just does the same thing, just act crazy and jump people and win every title match he gets into, right? Like that's all he do. And yeah, they finally started doing something to that Shafir girl, which mind blowed me. Like, oh Lord, they're actually letting her do stuff. I laughed my ass off when Copeland locked her ass in the room because I was getting so tired of her getting away with so much stuff. And then Copeland was like, shoot, I'm finna lock her in the damn room. He locked her ass up in there. I'm like, thank you, do something to this girl. And then somebody hit her with a move the other week. I did it. I remember walking in the room because I had it playing on the TV. And I remember walking in the room and just seeing it, just her getting laid with some move. I'm like, what the hell? All right. I hope this stuff ain't messing up because I'm moving it around a little bit. I hope it's still good. But yeah, man, I mean, that's definitely bad. I mean, this feud you got with Swerve and Ricochet, I like it. It's pretty interesting. Don't get me wrong. The counterattack with the scissors, that was pretty good. But it's not getting either one of them nowhere. It's like none of them have any titles on the line and no title picture. Yeah, they might get a title shot, but I think Cope got a better chance than winning it than a Swerve. And if y'all want to put the belt on Cole, I say go ahead and do it because he's still pretty over and likable. And it's like you kind of need to do something more different than the Death Riders. Like, come on, then you get a trios title to Claudio and them. Them dudes are boring. I like Claudio, but he is kind of boring in this group. Wheeler Yuter looks like a damn teenager, and Pac just has no charisma at all. Like the dude can wrestle, Pac can do some really cool moves, but the dude has literally no charisma. John Moxley is the only person in the group that actually has some sort of charisma, but he just wastes it on just acting crazy and jumping people. It's like, it's nothing too big, man. Maybe Colt might do something. And a lot of your other stars that are bigger are just in pointless feuds. Adam Cole, MJF, they're just in pointless stuff. You made Bobby and Shelton the tag team titles. Two dudes that should be in it's literally AEW is like WWE Junior. Right? Just like how they'll put Bianca and Jade as tag team champs when they should be in the main picture. Well, look at AEW. They do the same thing. Oh, we'll put Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley as tag team champs when they should be going for something much bigger than that. Why are they holding tag team belts? And then won it from a team that been there for years, held it for like a month and didn't really do nothing with them during that month. A private party pretty much didn't do anything with the titles that month. You broke up the Acclaim. One of the biggest things y'all had that was over. You ruined their characters and then you broke them up and split them apart. What's up with that? But daddy ass's sons, they're still running around as a close group, but Acclaim had to fight each other and break up. It's just like the WWE, man. It's just like the WWE. It's like the same dumb stuff will happen. It's ridiculous. But no more of the Acclaim, who are over as hell, who music videos are actually getting attention. Nope, no more of them. Nope. They're Acclaim, they're done. They're done. And again, this title, man, this main title thing really, really, really needs to change. And I think what's hurting AEW too is the loss of a lot of other talents that kind of were there or used to be seen, and then you don't see them no more, like Jay Lethal and other people. it seemed like it's a lot of messed up stuff going on, and too much of the same thing with the same people. AEW really needs to do something to stand out. They've done it before in the past, and they could definitely do it again. But right now, just putting on these most boringest shows. Like every time I look at the card, because I always check the card and the info before it come on, it just be seeming boring as hell. It's like none of the matches seem interesting at all. Barely any of them. Like maybe every once in a while you'll get a match. Like, oh, Copeland versus Wheeler Yuta. Like nobody gives a damn. Even if Yuta win, I don't care. Like no nobody likes Wheeler Yuta. Why is he so heavenly pushed, but the dude has no charisma and looks like a teenager? I don't get it. That Death Rider group is killing it. And then the fact that y'all had people thinking that Shane was gonna come and then he never came, I think that kind of removed a lot of steam from y'all too, because that was kind of like y'all last hope was Shane coming. But from what it looks like, Shane might be joining up with his dad in the new company. And yeah, I guess he didn't want to work here or something. But yeah, AEW is dying a very slow death, man. And I don't want it to die. We need some competition. Or Vince McMahon, you need to make something. Something got to go on, because WWE is the same way. It's just they had more to die slowly on. AEW is just they had less, so it's like, man, it's like a real painful slow death, man. And I don't these pay-per-views and stuff just ain't gonna cut it. They need to do something with them pay-per-views too. They need to make them more accessible. I think that would help them too. Like if they kind of did what the WWE did with their PLEs, I think it would help them a little bit. So, but all right, I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Please hit that like button, and I'll see y'all in the comments.